What if I told you guys you could start getting better quality shots today using the same gear that you have just by doing these 3 simple things? And the best part about it, they are completely free. Sound too good to be true? Well, it is. Well, obviously it is not too good to be true, and I'm here to tell you guys about the 3 L's of videography and how you can start getting higher quality shots today using the exact gear that you have right now. So let's get into it. So a deliciously put together cake and a well-crafted video shot have one thing in common, and that's layers. And when I say layers, I'm talking about the foreground, the subject, and the background, and being conscious of what's in those spaces and how they all come together. The reason why layers are so important is because they allow your image to have depth. You're trying to make something that's 2D appear to be 3D. So if you look at these shots that I did, you can see how I used the layers to give the image more depth and how that allowed my subject to be more pronounced. But you also want to be cautious with what you're putting in the foreground because there's a time and a place for everything. And sometimes you don't want to put anything in the foreground.
Yeah, my name's Carl, and I've been CEO and Vice President of TD Ameritrade for going on about 15 years now.
Lighting is like the Chick-fil-A sauce of the video world because it literally makes everything better. You can take something that normally looks kind of stupid and end up making it look pretty good just with the power of lighting. So when you're thinking about lighting your shot, you want to get some of that nice, soft, buttery light onto your subject and create contrast in your shot between light and dark, giving your image more depth. And the best part about it is you don't have to go out and buy a bunch of expensive lighting gear to end up with a good looking image. Making small changes and using the light that you have to your advantage can end up making a big difference. Like moving your subject closer to a window with natural light. Even using a $10 Home Depot light and a white bounce board can make a turd look like a diamond. Be it a slightly turdy diamond, still a diamond. So I'm gonna be doing a full video on lighting because it is such a huge part of videography. But in the meantime, if you guys have not checked out Rob Ellis's YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. This man is extremely good at breaking down lighting scenarios and teaching you guys all the different ways you can use light in your image. So I'm gonna go ahead and link his channel down in the description, and like I said, highly recommend it. And also you will see him use all 3 of these L's in pretty much any of his videos, so go check him out. And while you're down there, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It is very, very, very much appreciated by me, so thank you. All right, so we've made it to the final L on our list, and that is indeed lenses. And this actually has less to do with what lens is actually on the end of your camera and more so to do with starting to think about the composition of your shots. So when I start packing my gear and I'm thinking about what lenses I want to bring with me, it's a reminder to start thinking about composition. So I make sure that I get a good mix of wide, medium, tight, close up, extra close up, extra close up, and whatever other trendy shots I feel like getting. I found that if I don't start thinking about this before I go out, I end up just coming home with either all wides or all tights and not a good mix of everything. You want to make sure you mix it up, not only to keep things interesting, but also to add to the feeling or the emotion of your video. So even if you only have one lens, you can still get a pretty good mix of shots. So don't feel pressured to go out and buy a bunch of new lenses, even though who doesn't love a new lens? But try to max out the gear that you have before you go out and justify buying a new expensive lens. So composition is definitely something that you're not just gonna get overnight. It takes a lot of work and practice to get good at it, but if you take a little bit of time beforehand to start thinking about the composition of your shots, I promise you it'll make a big difference in the way that your video comes out.
kept trying to shoot this by the fountain, but it ended up making me feel like I had to go pee, so we're just gonna shoot this over here instead. So there you have it, the 3 L's of videography. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys started doing differently that you really saw a big improvement out of. I'd love to hear some comments from you guys. Obviously, there is a lot more that goes into getting a good quality video than what we talked about today. Storytelling and making sure your camera settings are right, and audio and this and that and the other. There's a lot more that goes into it. So if you guys got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.